Hi, I'm Nicole and I'm going to be your occupational therapist today. I just want to administer the Chedoke arm and hand activity inventory, and it's going to be an assessment that measures how well you work with both of your hands, your affected and your unaffected hand, in doing tasks that you would normally do during your day, such as opening a jar, drying yourself with a towel, and buttoning up a shirt. So we just like to see how functional you are with both your hands, and that way we can help you gain improved function in your right hand, which I think is affected. But before that, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself?
My name's Renee, and I'm 39 years old, and I had a stroke 4 years ago that affected my right side, so I'm very limited with my hand and my arm function currently.
Okay.
And I'm currently not working, but I would like to return to work.
Okay.
So those are some of the things that are struggles for me right now.
Okay. Do you have any kids?
Yes, I have two kids that are currently in school, so being able to participate with them would be better if I had more function in my right side.
So we'll do this test and we'll see where you stand, and then from there we can go on to making goals and plan treatment for you so you can get back into doing those things that you like to do.
Awesome.
Okay, so for the first task, I'm going to have you open this jar of peanut butter. I want you to use both of your hands, and you're not allowed to put it in between your legs, but you can open it however other way you want. So using both hands, I just want you to stabilize it with one hand and open the lid with the other hand. Doesn't matter which hand. Okay? Okay. Okay, next I'm going to ask you to dial 911 with this phone. So you can just pick up the receiver with either hand and then dial 911 with either hand. Okay. Okay, next I'm going to ask you to draw a line with this ruler across the whole edge of the paper. So you're just going to pick it up, put it in the middle of the paper, and draw a line through it. Go ahead. Okay, next I'm going to have you use this pitcher and pour a full glass of water into this cup. So just pick up the pitcher with either of your hands and then pour it into the cup and stabilize the cup with either of your hands if you'd like. Go ahead. Okay. Okay, for this next task, I'm going to ask you to wring out this washcloth. You're going to hold it with one of your hands and then twist it to wring it all the water out. Okay, just do it to your best ability. Okay. Okay, for the next task, I'm going to have you do up 5 buttons on this shirt using both of your hands starting at the top. So you're going to put it on the shirt on you. And then starting at the top, you're going to button the 5 buttons. And just see how much of them you can do. job. Okay, and the last assessment is to dry your back using this towel. And you're going to want to dry your whole back using both of your hands. You're going to pick up the towel and just, dry your back like you're getting out of the shower. Okay. Thank you. Thank you for participating with me during this assessment, and I will get back to you on your new goals for treatment. Okay, so for the first task for opening a jar of peanut butter, Renee scored a total of a 2, which is max assist. She scored a 2 because when she used her affected arm to hold and stabilize the jar, she was able to reach and grasp it fine by sliding it on the table. She also did not have that great and strong of a grasp to stabilize it. She also did not lift the jar off the table, which is why we scored her a 1. She used the table to compensate by sliding it. We scored her a 2 for maintaining grasp on the jar because she also does not have a strong grasp and she used her body to help her stabilize it. She also did not lift the jar off the table, so we scored her a 1.
For the activity of calling 911, Renee scored a 6. We gave her a 6 in the category for reaches for the buttons, as she was able to do so with compensatory techniques, and she was able to push the individual buttons with the help of gravity for assistance. So she was a final score of a 6, which is modified independent.
For the task of drawing a line with a ruler on a piece of paper, we scored Renee a total of a 3. We scored her a 3 because she used her affected arm to hold the ruler. When she reached to pick up the ruler, she used her non-affected hand, so we scored her a 1 for total assistance. She also placed the ruler horizontally on the piece of paper with her unaffected hand, so we also scored her a 1. When she was stabilizing the ruler with her affected fingers, she was able to stabilize it pretty well. But she did not have enough force, so an uneven line was produced, so we scored her a 4 for a total of a 3.
For pouring a glass of water, we scored Renee a final score of 2 for modified independence. For reaching and grasping the glass, we gave her a 6, as she was able to complete it but with assistance from the table. As well as lifting the glass off the table, she did briefly, but then used the table again as an assistive device. And then she was unable to maintain a sufficient grasp and for both on the glass and then keeping it steady while pouring. So this equaled a final score of 2.
For the task of wringing out a washcloth, we scored Renee a total of a 2. We scored her a 2 because she was able to reach and grasp the washcloth with her affected hand, but she required min assist from her unaffected hand. She also was not able to do the wringing action. Instead, she performed a squeezing action.
For the task of doing up 5 buttons, we scored Renee a final score of 2 for maximal assistance. The reason we gave her a 2 is because she did the majority of the task with her unaffected hand with minimal assistance from her affected hand, which was only there for stabilization of the material.
For the final task of drying her back with the towel, we scored Renee a total of a 1. We scored her a 1 because she used her affected hand to grasp the towel end, but when she was grasping the towel end, she was unable to generate enough force and enough grasp to keep holding on to that towel throughout the rubbing motion, so it kept falling out of her hand. She also did not manipulate the towel to be placed on her back. She used her affected hand to do that task. For the final results for Renee on the Chedoke arm and hand activity inventory, she scored an 18 out of 49. Renee tends to use shoulder movements as compensatory techniques when using her affected right hand. She also uses her unaffected left hand for the majority of the tasks that we presented with. She has minimal hand strength and grip strength due to the Botox injections that she gets. So for goals for Renee, we would probably start off with beginning something that improves her grasp and her grip strength in order to do more functional tasks with her hand. The Chedoke Arm and Hand Activity Inventory is aimed to assess the paretic arm and hand function during functional tasks. The activities in this assessment are considered to be important by stroke survivors. The test has excellent retest reliability at 0.96. The inter-rater reliability is 0.98, and the internal consistency is 0.95. The validity for the Chedoke is 0.82 with a 95% confidence interval rate. These are excellent psychometric properties, so the results from the Chedoke Arm and Hand Activity Inventory are considered valid and reliable.